You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Yeah, that's right, I know your ass. And I don't give a fuck. I'ma keep cooking the way I said you wanted to cook, didn't you? Cook that nigga! Anybody wanna make some money, do shit the right way, then please, by all means, stay. But if not, get the fuck out!
All right, man.
You getting DP?
Just get the fuck out.
You motherfuckers.
All right. Now what?
Ever cooked before?
You serious?
I want to work.
All right.
If you don't know, man, you tuned in to Let's Yap About It. Even though I don't talk much, you got something to say. Stuck emotions out now.
Now y'all tuned in to Let's Yap About It. This ain't no podcast, it's a problem cast. I go by the name Fat Pimp Texas, very own. Hey man, tell your baby mama I'm looking for her. Tell your wife I'm looking for her. That's what it is, man. Let's Yap About It, man. This ain't no podcast, this is a problem cast. Fat motherfucker Pimp, let's go, man.
Yeah. Let's yap about it. Yeah. Let's yap about it. Another one. Finish him. Bit too savage. Savage like music.
Baby, we are back better than ever. You already know. Oh yeah. You already know who it is. It's Rob the Prod, man, back at you live, with an impromptu, you know what I mean? Definitely broadcast tonight. We already know what's going on in the city. Especially it didn't hit the internet, man. Everybody's feasting off of this situation. Papoose versus Remy Ma. These two on social media airing out their dirty laundry on each other and giving their perspective on their marriage. Who do you think is right? I want y'all to tap in tonight, man. Listen, I sent out a thing. If you go across the board here, if you want to check out what I'm talking about, man, if you want to vote, you tell me tonight who you think is in the right. If you think Remy Ma, vote. If you think Papoose, vote. If you think that you're in the middle of the road, I don't know. It's kind of a hard situation. By all means, y'all tap in tonight. But I really wanted to really tap in on this. We had a pregame warm-up last night. You should have been on the live. We was up till about 12 o'clock and we rocked and rolled. But I have a special guest. And I have to give her some love today. You know what I'm saying? Tamara Thomas, the sister. Listen to me. The sister of Doe B, man. Real talk. She came up here. She definitely came up here and she wants to give her perspective as well. We got an interview coming up as well. And I'm telling you, listen to me, it's going to be something special. It's going to be something magnificent and it's going to be one for the ages. And I'm blessed to be in the presence of one of the best people in the game, especially because he was one of my favorite artists, Doe B. But introduce yourself and let people know how to contact you.
Hello, my name is Tamara Thomas. I am the big sister of Adobe, and I have Facebook, which is Gemini Love, and you have to put Montgomery, Alabama, to find me with Gemini Love. And I also have Instagram. It's at @6_boys, and y'all follow me. I have events for my brother every year. I try to give back to the community and support. He had a big heart, and he loved to see people happy, and I'm just trying to keep his name alive.
Oh, definitely, 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 man. And I want to send a shout out to the 251, the 256, the 205, and everybody else out there in Alabama. You know what I mean? I'm just giving them some love, and much respect. Put some respect on Alabama, man, because y'all have a lot of great artists out there. And like I told you, we about music, fashion, culture over here, and we always want to put love and we always show that respect and honor to those that are coming from all across the United States of America. I don't care from the biggest towns to the smallest towns, man. It's going down. We show love.
Definitely, it's a bunch of talent in Montgomery. Montgomery gets slept on a lot. It's a couple of artists opened the doors before my brother Joe. You had the Dirty Boys. You got Honeycomb. You got Rubber Band OG. You got it's a lot of artists down there in Montgomery and a lot of talent. People that do hair, CM, she's popping. A lot of makeup artists and Montgomery gets slept on. Like a lot of people need to check us out down there in the dump. It's plenty talent in Montgomery, Alabama. That's something that I want to try to do. Build a foundation and try to get a building where I can help pull people out of the mud and help like how my brother, where he came from.
Most
And try
definitely.
to help give back to the community.
I think you digitizing a little bit. Let's see if we can get you closer to that mic. I think just a little bit of digitizing, and I can hear it in the background. But I want everybody to hear you
I
clear
know it's
tonight.
like I don't know if it's the service where I'm at.
There you
Hold
go.
on. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now just a little bit better. But I wanted to ask you something. I see y'all have something advertised, and I think I hear myself in the background. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Maybe I need to switch scenery.
All right, what you do
Oh,
is
hold on. I'm gonna hook it up to the because I'm at this house and it's.
okay.
Let me
But I
hook it up
wanted
to the real quick. Hold on.
I got you. Now I want to do this. If you want, like I say, the voting is gonna be up. Let me put the voting up real quick. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna put the voting up real quick. I'm gonna put that voting banner up and see if you guys want to tap in. I want to see if y'all, hey, like I said, y'all take the time, y'all vote. It's up to y'all. Um, we got a lot to discuss about it. And if you want to be a part of tonight's conversation, I'm gonna put the guest in there. You can come up, chime in. You don't have to show your face. You can do whatever. You can say who's in the right, who's in the wrong. By all means, it's available for you guys tonight. So let me go ahead and put that in the chat for y'all so y'all can understand that this is something huge. And I feel like it needs to be discussed because everybody's in the up and all about the situation. So if y'all want to tap in, y'all tap in tonight. Now, look, I want to bring this up. These two, Papoose, Remy Ma, this situation has spiraled out of control. And the reason why I feel like it's spiraled out of control because right now we got two people that are hurt. For whatever reason, Papoose has his perspective. Remy Ma has her perspective. I think it's a bad situation, because this is what everybody was aspiring to. Everybody was aspiring to have somebody like Papoose. Everybody thought that Remy and them was in a great situation. Nonetheless, hold on, let's see if I can get you up here. Nonetheless, however, however, this changed, and this is you still digitizing. Turn
I know, it's crazy.
now I can hear you a little bit better, but I think I'm gonna try to get you in. I think I know I can grab you in here and put you in here right without digitizing. Hold on a second. Now there we go. Now I'll say this to everybody. Everybody's picking a side, everybody's choosing a side, whether it's positive, whether it's negative. We got gender war going on where everybody's just basically aligning themselves whatever they feel is right.
It's
But
still
I'm gonna
not
say
doing.
she
Let me see what we keep. I'm
I
gonna try
want
to go to the car and see what it was like. Because it's froze.
I got you.
I forgot how.
Now I'm gonna say this, and I want to direct everybody. For anybody that's got something negative to say about this situation in itself, is doing themselves a disservice. And the reason being is because if you ever want to be married and you ever want to have a relationship, and when I say a relationship that comes with ups, comes with downs, comes with negativity, you got to understand and respect the sanctity of marriage. Just because you can have your opinion and have your side of whatever that you feel doesn't give you a right to cast uh, aspersions and negativity with anybody when it comes to a
I
relationship.
think it's
Try to log back out and log back in. Try that. And this is what I want to say about the situation in itself too. And I want to be clear about this. Everybody Everybody's capable of making mistakes. Everybody. I'm not saying he's good, he's bad. I'm not saying she's good and she's bad. But for this to play in front of the world and for everybody to be eating a popcorn and then feasting off of it. And when I say feasting off of it, feasting off of it to carry a negative narrative behind it, I think it does everybody a disservice across the board. It's creating that negative drive for men to hate women and women to hate men. And I think that that's very disgusting at this point. Let me see if I can bring you up now. Let's see. Let me grab you up. You're up here now. There we go. Now go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. There we go. We finally got you up. Finally, we got you up, man.
Yeah,
Finally,
I'm
look.
done. Okay, sorry, you guys.
Now
Bad
I want
connection.
now I want to ask you a question. You know what I mean? And I know you can give a different perspective because I wanted to have a woman up here. What do you think about the situation between Remy Ma and Papoose? And I'm gonna let you go first.
It's crazy because I haven't even really been updated on that situation to speak on it. So it's kind of like a lost situation with me because I don't even know what to say because I don't know what's going on with them in
Well,
their
let me
situation.
Well, let me give you a perspective. Everybody's been talking about it. It's been basically a bash fest where she's giving her perspective about him being broke, pawn and jewelry, him giving his perspective of her sleeping with other women, especially with his daughter in the bed. Also, her sleeping with not just Easy the Block Captain, which is a rapper that came from her battle league, but countless others too. And right now, everybody's in a great divide. Everybody's saying that she was justified. Everybody's saying that he's the simp. He's the guy that should have never ever gotten himself in the position of where he was in the first place. So there's a lot of negative energy between men and women. But I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this: as far as Papoose, I mean, his reputation wasn't nothing that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Let me be clear about that. It wasn't nothing bad. It wasn't nothing negative. From what
Mhm.
we've seen now she's trying to pull out receipts to prove a point. Now, as far as me seeing a marriage and the sanctity of marriage, I believe that it's not for America to see. It's not for the world to be able to
No,
see.
I hate the fact that when things happen in relationships and people want to pull out all types of hats out of the bag and you know throw all type of salt in the game towards each other. That's a bad look for the both of them. Like that's really embarrassing. Like I wouldn't dare. do nothing like that to my mates. You know, whatever we going through is supposed to be between us and
Right.
not for the world to see. And so that's just a bad look for the both of them. I did scroll and seen a couple of things about it, but I didn't click on it to really read up on it or whatever. So I'm gonna go into that and look into it because I haven't really um, been updated on Remy Martin's situation.
and and it's not, this is just, it seems like one situation after another where we've seen the whole Diddy and Cassie thing, right? Then we see the
Mhm.
Tory Lanez and the Megan Thee Stallion thing, and now this. It seems like it's just been a consistent ripple effect of us against y'all. And
Yeah.
I wanted to bring an attention of, it should not be like this. Yes, everybody's gonna have their differences. Yes,
Mhm.
everybody's gonna have their problems. But at the end of the day, it's not for the world to see, because here's the thing: you gonna be right at the wrong time. I'm gonna be right at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? It happens like that. But if you care for one another, just as much as you came into the relationship positive, good, sweet, kind, you should be able to part ways respectfully in a manner to where just as much you came in, you should be able to come out that same way.
Yeah. Because I feel like obviously, you know, you allowed that to go on for a certain amount of time, and obviously something didn't go your way, and now, you know, it's bickering towards each other,
Now,
tearing each other down.
based on this situation, but in any situation, I want to ask you this too. You know what I'm saying? In any situation that goes to the internet, can that relationship be salvaged? In this case, it's something like this. If it's a smear campaign, can it really be saved? Can it be salvaged?
Woo! It depends on. It depends. That's a lot. You know, it's gonna be a lot of trust broken with that, and I can't really speak on other people and they love or whatever, but depend on how deep their love is. Depend on how. I don't know. That's hard for me to say.
And the reason why I'm gonna say this: when it comes out like this, to me, it does a disservice for everybody, for one, and then it made me think about certain situations and how men, women come into play, just the relationship in itself, and how others are on the outside looking in with envy, hate,
Oh yeah.
jealousy, and different things like that. Because a lot of times you can have somebody and you don't realize that somebody out there may have a genuine hate for you just for being with that person. And what I'm seeing,
Always.
and and it made me think about the situations of where people run into you, and it don't even have to be relationship. It could be just your success. You just strive and trying to make something out of yourself, and people can just really have a plotted hate and envy for you to even do something to you. And that's
Oh
where
yeah.
I think with right now where we are as a culture, and I'm saying us as a whole, we really have to stare at each other just a little bit differently, because I think what we've not been able to do is master our emotions, master our who be knowledge of self, you know what I'm saying, knowledge of oneself, which makes us do the things that we do. We don't become envious out of nowhere. There's something that stems from the past or whatever, or it could be from a
Yeah.
relationship that make people do things like that. And now I want to ask you a question, and I'm in Houston. You know what I mean? It's all kinds of stuff that go down here. You know, we're a melting pot of everybody. But
Mhm.
how is the atmosphere down there in Alabama? Please tell them and let us know.
As far as
Just culture, relationships, everything. Let us know.
oh gosh, it's like Montgomery's small, so it's like I wish I can get a show down here because it's really a show. I'm just being real with this down here. It's like everybody on top of everybody. It's scary. Like I haven't been in a relationship in Alabama in a while. It's it's
Really?
crazy because it's so small. It ain't too many people in Alabama. But it's some good couples, that's married and things like that. As far as the culture, because it's mostly blacks down here in the South in Alabama. And I love to see black love. I love to see it. I love to see us come together and can be one and be a team and love on each other and build and have things. It ain't even about the riches. It ain't about none of that, because when you leave here, all this stuff still gonna be here. It's just about coming together and being happy and content. You know.
When I first, got
And
to
I think
know.
that's where a lot of the hip hop, like, that type of level world, that's why it be, so applauding and pleading to the world, because they up on a different level than we are. They millionaires and we right here.
Yeah, I think I think culturally, what I'm saying, just understanding Alabama and the artists that have came from that area have been influential to the culture. I don't think that they get they just dues um, because their style, their way of life, their what I'm saying, their uniqueness is different. When we call us, the third coast, right? Texas is different from Louisiana. Louisiana is
Mhm.
different from Mississippi. Mississippi is different from Florida. Florida is different from Alabama and Georgia and so on. Everybody has their own unique flavor. But I will say this, as far as me reaching out and just hearing people from different areas, yes, you have your good areas. Yes, you have your bad areas. But I think if we come into the mindset of actually wanting to get to want to know each other, and when I say know each other, meaning not just from a surface standpoint, but really intermingling, getting to know the mind, getting to know the desires, getting to know the heart. I think that changes the dynamic. And even looking at the situation in the dating market, all you hear nowadays is it's just a wasteland. It's just a cesspool. It's just got people that have uh, narcissism, people that just want
Yeah.
to get something out of you. People want to finesse you out of something. People just want to ride your coattail. Nobody really wants to work in a relationship. And for that to be an, a situation where people keep saying this over and over, and it's just not in Houston, it's everywhere. It's saying
Yeah.
it makes me ask the question, what are we really doing? And then for we to see this like with Remy Ma and Papoose, what are we really doing? What precedent are we setting for the kids? Because don't forget, if you go on this internet and you get to talking, people are screen recording this stuff.
Oh
People are
yeah.
going to keep this in their archives and files against you. So keep in mind, anything you say not will just be held against you in the court of law. It'll be held against you in the court of opinion.
Oh yeah. That's true. We gotta set the standards for these kids, and go back and grab the community. It's crazy out here. It's getting wild and wild about a day.
Let me
It really is.
and I'm gonna say this too: the kids suffer the most, and I'm gonna say why the kids suffer the most because remember we used to crack jokes on each other. You know what I'm saying? Your mama was this and mama was that. Now these
Yeah.
kids got real life 3D proof. Hey man, I got your mama right here, 4K right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just to me, it creates a next level animosity for that to be going on because now that this you pray to God that this situation doesn't get any worse where people are extorting. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna release this tape. We've heard this countless times again, people are using these things to extort people. God forbid that your children, you know what I'm saying, 12, 13, 14, and they get to see these sex tapes or anything that's out on you because of your misguidance and your misunderstanding about how life really works. You know what I'm saying? And I think the
Oh
children
yeah.
suffer the most. Do you have kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, I do. I have
And
7 boys.
7 boys, right? So
Yes.
imagine, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't carry yourself in such a way that you do, it would just be, man, it would be a whole bunch of fights. I can tell you that. It'd be a whole bunch of fights and a whole bunch of squabbles at school. And that's where, in this situation, like I say, I hope that this can be resolved, even if you're just cordial,
Yeah.
not fighting,
Yeah.
not no drama, not no issues, not nothing of that nature, but just really getting to, hey, look. getting a closed door behind closed doors. And I'm saying, have a mediator, two people on whatever side that you need. Hey, let's have a conversation. Let's respect
Yeah.
one another. We didn't look from where we at right there. Let's just drop it. We move forward and we keep this thing going the way we're supposed to. Let's not disrespect one another because we got a kid together. That
Oh
right there
yeah.
should be the focus point. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the people that have been through these type of situations and been online, and now they're cordial with each other.
Oh yeah. Like Kurt and Rashida, for
Mm-hmm.
instance. Oh yeah. It's some
So
good people, some strong bonds out there that can work through, certain things. It doesn't have to get to that level where you going too below the surface, you know, putting your business out there like that for the world to see. It's very embarrassing. And then if you got kids, it could be, suicidal for them. You don't know what's going through their mind mentally. They have to go
come
to
on.
school and listen to the students at the school, saying things and whispering things around them. So it is a bad thing to do, you know.
I want
Yeah.
to bring this up. I want to bring this up, and I'm gonna bring you on the next slide of Dr. Amos Wilson talking about love and the importance of it. I'm gonna bring you up on the
Mhm.
screen. And to the listeners out there, I want you to check this out. It ain't nothing but about 4 minutes, but I really, really want you to hear what he's saying about this and the standard that should be set. Y'all check this out.
We love as men and women, as sisters and brothers. This love also is rooted in community and is necessary for community functioning. Love, romantic love, or whatever love, is not a selfish undertaking. And it should not be perceived as something just between you and your partner. It moves beyond that. It's going to influence more people than just you and your partner. It's going to influence the community itself. And consequently, then, the community has a right to concern itself with the so-called nature of love. Love, along with the related concepts, such as oneness. And we see people wanting to get a sense of oneness when they're in love. Unity, uniting, being together. Identity, identifying, becoming one with the person you love. It becomes interesting. We talk about love in terms of blood.
And I want to bring you up. What he did was, and I'm gonna update you on it. He talked about the
Okay.
terms of love and how your love isn't just for you, but it's a reflection for your kids, and it's also a reflection of your community. That right there plays an intricate part. That love that I have for music, that love that I have for all of what that makes me up as a person, that I might share with somebody, that I might share with the audience, that is a reflection of me. That's and think about this for a second. How it got you. I met you on accident through a post. It wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? It's just the good nature. And when I say love, love ain't necessarily through two people. It's just in your heart, in your spirit. And how I was able to meet you, and now we've actually got to know each other and grow to know each other, and now we're actually building. So those things are a reflection all the way from Houston all the way to Alabama. That love is right there, and that's exactly what we're supposed to have. And that's why I built this platform, to change that narrative one conversation at a time. And that's why like I say, me being in Houston makes me want to come to Alabama, because of the good nature that you have, makes me want to connect with other people and build that. Because once I connect with you, you connect with others, I connect with others. That starts bringing this thing one around together, and then we're able to push that type of love forward, and just having that respect for one another. And that's
Oh
the
yeah.
thing, and that's the key ingredient. And I want you to tell the people and let them know about the love that Doe B had down there in Alabama. I want you to go in on that.
Well, Glenn, he had a big, huge heart. He was like a big teddy bear. He had love. He was raised that way. And he just wanted to see his city shine. He wanted to see his city shine. Not only his city, just the culture, the world. and do it for the kids. He loved the kids, and he had a passion for music. He loved his music. He would be up all times of night making you sit side him, beating on something so he can rhyme and rap. And I knew from 9 years old, when he was 9, he was going to be who he is today. And I just thank God for the opportunity of not only just being his sister and just being in his presence and being able to witness the legacy of my brother. And I want to thank you too for the opportunity of letting me be on your show with your kind love in Houston. We got some twin girls from Montgomery, Alabama that just opened up a museum up there called the Colossus Museum. Have you heard of that? Yeah. Mika, they just opened up that place up there. You got to go check it out. There's a lot of talent in Montgomery, and that's what my brother wanted to do. He wanted to, put everybody on. He loved everybody. He didn't have a hate in his heart for nobody. And it was a shock into the world when it happened. It was a big impact to the city when it happened as well.
I see when I look at all the pictures of Dobie, he was big on family. You know what I'm saying? I could see that he was very big on family, that love and that surrounding love. That's what we be talking about. It starts at home. That what I seen that he had with his family and everybody looking up to him. It wasn't that he was just a rapper, but he was actually human. He didn't appear above everybody. He was actually in the mix with everybody. Hey, how you doing? Hey, the kids,
Yeah.
the little nephews and nieces and stuff like that. He was really engaged. And for me
Yeah.
to see that, man, that was an amazing thing. You know what I'm saying? And especially what he brought, because that same love that he had for his siblings is the same love that he had for his music. So shout out to Dope B, man.
Most definitely. I had the scariest moment I had. We was in the mall, and he loved his shoes, and we was going to get him some shoes, and this was right before he signed with T.I. Hustle Gang, and I was with him. We was in the mall, and as we was walking in, it was like a whole herd of people started running up to him, and I got scared. I was like, okay, Glenn, it's time for you. You can't be really doing this like this. You never know who's after you, people become jealous, any little thing, even though we knew about the guy Jason that he was beefing with. He was telling me about a little situation with that, or whatever, but we didn't think it was that type of beef, because Glenn never entertained none of that. He just did his thing, did his music or whatever. And but when I saw that, that's when I decided to pack up and move to Atlanta to get him away from here, because I knew that, who he was becoming, it could occur to what happened. And so that moment right there, I had a lot of moments with my brother where I smiled, and I'm truly thankful he is who he is today, and a lot of artists still speak highly of him. Moneybag Yo, Lucci, all of them, they still speak highly of Glenn. I'm just trying to keep his name alive and have events, Stop the Violence. Actually, we having a Stop the Violence event down here in Montgomery on the 14th of June. His birthday is June 13th, and then I'm gonna follow behind it and have 2 events at a nightclub. And I try to have my events to be safe, because my brother got killed in a nightclub, so I try to make sure polices and everybody's safe, because I don't want that, bad blood on my name, and that's how my brother. So I try to make everything safe, and I try to pull everybody together in the community and try to have things for the kids down there, so that they can see how, the OGs can come together and give back to the community and teach them the right way and put them on the right path.
It's funny that you say that, because after that happened, it was like it seemed like to me a dark, you know what I'm saying, moment in the city because that momentum was with him. You know what I mean? Because I mean, he was making his rounds, and for that to happen and to see that happen among some people that he knew, it just makes it just like it's just a bad situation in itself. Um, we've seen a lot of artists succumb to these type of things, and jealousy and envy and hate play a lot into this. And I feel, and I'm gonna be honest with you, maybe I'm old school and maybe I'm old fashioned, but when you intertwine with somebody that loves you genuinely and you have a good genuine spirit, you don't be worried about all this other stuff. The minor things
Mhm.
that you go through in life, that don't even matter at that point because you got so much other stuff going on. But like
Yeah.
Boosie said, you have a lot of people that are hypnotized with hatred. When you start
Yeah.
making the momentum, when you start hearing your songs played on the radio, when people bumping your stuff, when you got people, hey, you know what I'm saying, running up to you for autographs, man, you
Yeah.
don't understand this how detrimental that is to our
You got
culture.
a lot of people that hate how a person love on you. Like, you know, a person can be loving on you and a person can be sitting there hating because that person giving you hugs or loving on you, even more. However, they don't have no best friends. They wonder how you have best friends, and it's just crazy how they hate. And I never been that type of person. That's why it's hard for me to understand. How can a person be that way towards anybody? Because what is it to hate? Like, just be loving, just be generous, just be kind. That's what it's about. Love. It's about helping one another and uplifting each other. And if you know something, you can put me in a position. Help me get in that position. Like, don't keep the information from me. You know. And it's a lot of that go on too. Since my brother um passed away, and the things that I have been doing, within the little, I don't know too much about the music industry and stuff like that, but I'm growing to learn to, get involved in those things because I want to do more with his name and different stuff like that. And so much stuff occurred after the fact, and it made me look at people different when it first happened. Like, I really didn't trust nobody. It was scary. It was so scary. It was so many different stories. I didn't know who to trust. His friends, nobody. It was hard for me to trust anybody. It was so much going on, like so much different stuff between Ti and the boys that my brother had up under him, the CDM. They doing their thing now. Boston George, shout out to Boston George. And my son, Joe B. Y'all check him out, Joe B. He got this song with GBK called Locked In. They doing their thing. And I got a
Mm.
couple of artists. I'm trying to get them out there. Bird Street, Lil Rocky. Yeah, they doing their thing. So I'm just trying to, build a foundation within that. I'm like, everybody can still be doing the same thing as if my brother was here. It was a hard pill to swallow. For me, I'm his sister. Like, I seen him. I didn't change his diaper. I seen him go from getting McDonald's cups. I used to take him to McDonald's and get the little cup holders and
Mhm.
got staples all on the wall and wires. I miss those moments. I wish she can come back because I was a fussing sister. I was like, boy, if you don't go to sleep, he would be up all night, like all night. And with Glenn, the last time I seen him write something on a piece of paper, he was 9 years old. After that, he just off the dome. So I knew he was gonna be who he is today.
and, and I want to say something too. And this is how I feel like when things get out of hand and out of control. The lady by the name, I believe her name was Kimberly Johnson. I believe he was going to her party just to show some love and what have you. And I know that from that situation, it's heavy burden on her heart as well for that situation to transpire the way. Now, this is somebody's birthday party. This wasn't, just a regular club night or anything. This was an event.
Well, she got killed too as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a bad situation because this is. like I say, that love was there, but then also
Mhm.
that envy and that hatred is there. And that's where you don't want to carry it because, like I say, sometimes just an association with a person. And what I've learned is people's perceptions be wrong about people. Where you could
Oh
just be
yeah.
super cool, they think that you got something going on, something that they feel, and it don't even be like that. People are just good-hearted and good-natured, and you can play yourself out of a situation, not knowing that it's just innocent. And in that
Yeah.
situation, for that to happen, the way it happened, man, that's just it's just a heartbreaking moment. And just for her to be in that situation, it's just like it's just a lose lose. And then they closed that club down, just strictly off that event. And it's crazy because we try to go to places where we can mingle. We try to go to places where we can socialize, have fun. You know what I'm saying? Drink,
Most
just be at
definitely.
peace. And then for these type of things to happen, it just does a disservice to the community and it does a disservice to the people. You know what I mean? So.
Most definitely, because that was a spot that was close to Alabama State, the college students, and it was a lot of memories there. I used to go when it was the Rose Supper Club, and it's some stuff
Hmm.
that occurred before that, but they eventually opened it back up, and it was supposed to be for 25 and older, but they wasn't really doing what they supposed to do with that because everybody that got killed that night was under the age of 25. So it really was a messed up situation on the club, and the community as well. Like, I just really wish people would just, look in the mirror and find themselves and try to, love on themselves more and, take that hate out of their heart. It's especially amongst us. I don't know why we hating each other so bad. We don't want to see us.
Hold on. She went out.
Where you from.
Yeah.
It always be where you from.
And I want to
It's
say this
uh,
too. I want to say this, and I want to bring.
hello.
Yeah, I can still hear you. We can still hear you.
I
We
don't
still
know what happened.
we still hear you. Hold on, I'm gonna bring her back up in just a second. Um, I want to say this too, and this is for everybody to do a interview, one on one, about the whole situation in itself. And she's back up, and I'm gonna bring you up 10. I'm gonna bring you up 10 too. Um, when we do this next interview, when we're gonna tap into the city, we really gonna get into the in depths of the city, and I want people to understand the reason why is because we want to change the narrative. We don't have a media platform that can really tell the story. We always leave other media outlets of what they guess, or what they think,
Right.
what they speculate, third party information from everybody from the source. You're gonna be getting the information from the source. Somebody that raised him from knee high above water, had the experience, understood who he was, and watched him grow into a person. And I want the people to understand this is the platform to do so. We changing the narrative. That's what we do.
Yes. Yes. And that's what it's about. I'm so proud of you. You keep doing what you're doing, brother, because that's what it's about. I wish more people can see that. And that's what makes things grow. You got to go back and water the neighborhood and pull the weeds up and try to get the community back the way it used to be.
I got my partner all the way from Sacramento. I got my friend of mine, 10 up here. I'm pretty sure he wants to
Okay.
say hi and
Hey
much love
there.
and respect. So, definitely want to bring him up here. 10, come on, tap in real quick, man. Let them know what it is. We talking the whole Papoose and Remy Ma situation. And then I also have Dobie's sister up here too as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Gotta give her some more love and you love too. Go ahead, 10. We can
Thanks,
hear you.
Robert.
Yeah, we can hear you. Talk to us, man. How's it going out there on the West Coast?
Sacramento's nice.
It's hot down here. It's 90. It's 90 something degrees, bro. We
I
sweat down
know.
here. We sweat down here, bro. We talking Papoose and Remy Ma. Who you got? Whose side you on? Papoose or Remy Ma side? Talk to us.
Remy Ma.
You on Remy Ma's side? What? All right, talk to me. Why you on Remy Ma's side? Talk to me.
She was a feature on Wild 'N Out.
Yeah, but what about her character though?
She brought personality, and that won me over.
That won you over her personality. But let me ask you something. Do you think it was right for her to cheat on Papoose the way she did though?
Cheating is really hurtful.
Go ahead, we can hear you. Oh, he done froze up.
I think he froze.
He froze up. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna say this. For anybody that's out there that think that cheating's okay, no, it's not okay. This we gonna keep it all the way 100. It's not okay. And looking at the rate of where we going right now with this AIDS and STD epidemic, I wouldn't play around with nobody, especially when it comes to
Man,
something
I'm
like that.
telling you, if I first of all, I'm not fit to waste my energy to even get involved with somebody just to go be with somebody else. You might as well just stay single and do whatever you please, because mentally you don't know what goes through a person's mind. Some people take that love word very serious, and people can get hurt. Anything, like, don't stop playing with people's mentals and mind, and just, if it's real, let it be real. Find that one person and settle down and let it be, because that's where I'm at right now. Like, it's scary out here. It's scary. And out here it's like 100 on 1, probably 200 on 1.
And and,
I
and,
don't
and,
know.
listen. I had a young lady that is in the hospitals. I'm talking about doing the work, and she said that the people that she's seen come in there is beyond what we would believe at this point in 2025, right? And for her to say that, now, mind you, she's a nurse. She knows. It made
Mhm.
me even have a bigger mindset and wake up call to understand that, hey, man, you taking a definite risk out here. And if you feel like the risk is worth the reward, then by all means, go ahead. It's up to you.
Mhm. I'm telling you, if you gonna, it's best to get out like instantly, as soon as you find out. Like, that's why so many people, they want to go through phones. They be want to know before they get too deep involved. It's scary. It's scary.
It-
Scary. And most men that are cheating now is married men.
and you can bring it back home to your wife. You can definitely
Yeah.
bring it back home to your wife, and I don't think that's what's up. And then for you to put that, to put that, and then have to also explain this if you have children, that's a double whammy. That's just to me. I don't know. Everybody might be different, but I just know right from right and wrong from wrong. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna play with that, especially when it comes to somebody else's life, because you're
Yeah.
putting the trust and the person's life in their hands. So I ain't gonna even play like that.
Most definitely. He's back now.
He's finally back. He got to get to a space where he's got some good reception. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Look,
not like me. I had to come to the car.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Once you get into that spot, you got to pretty much
Because I'm
stick
over
there.
here, it's a bunch of woods over here, so if it ain't hooked to the Wi-Fi, because I'm at my son's house, and she wouldn't give me the Wi-Fi code in time, so I'm over here seeing my grandbabies. I'm a grandmama.
Your grandmama.
Yeah.
And and then too, I thought about something that you said as well. You have seven. You said you have 7 boys.
Yes, I had 7 boys. Two of them, one passed away when he was 3 months, and
Mhm.
then I had a son that got killed 2 years ago in Montgomery, Alabama, the same city. His uncle, he went down there to visit his girlfriend and got caught in the crossfire. Yeah, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years.
And that's where, you know what I'm saying, and that's where I want to kick it in. Nope, he's finally on there. He finally made it, man. He finally
Okay.
made it.
He got his
We gotta
he
go
got
bring him
them
up.
dark shades, them hater blockers on.
There you go. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him up too. Yeah, you said you ride with Remy Ma, but I'm gonna this 10. She cheated on Papoose. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she cheated on Papoose, and I feel like at the end of the day that could have been salvaged way better. But now that it's hit the internet, I think it's done them a disservice, and I think that they should just respectfully part ways, raise their child, and just leave the whole situation be. That's just me. I don't know about anybody else, but when it hit,
Disservice.
huh? What'd you say? Go ahead.
I think he went out again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that too because it ain't no coming back from a lot of that stuff.
You think so? But let me ask you. Now, I asked you that question about being able to actually salvage something. I don't think it's salvageable at this point. Now, I've heard some people say, "Oh yeah, they're gonna probably get back together." I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that it is actually a public embarrassment. And when I say a public embarrassment, for two people to say that they love each other and then to go and disrespect one another or try to go out of your way to see who could disrespect each other the worst, I think it does a disservice. And I think at this
Yeah,
point, it's you went too far and
there was
slung
a
too
lot
much
of
mud to
build
come
up
back.
hate. There was a lot of build up animosity. Yeah.
My question is, how does it get there? That's my question. How does hate get there to the point where you're actually just literally upset with the person that you're with, and you have a real live vitriol for that person? Like, how does that
I
happen?
can't really explain. Well, I've been I just got out of a 10-year relationship with a
Hmm.
guy when I first moved to Georgia. We got together and we was together for 10 years. And eventually he started doing drugs and I found out about the drugs towards the end. And I really loved him and wanted to spend the rest of my life with him, but then it was like I was battling between it was between me or that. And I wasn't going for it because the behavior started changing and the bills was getting not getting paid and it was just a lot with that. And so um it became to the point where it got violent and I had to pray my way out of that situation. It wasn't to the point where we was all on social media and doing all of that. And he have tried to come back, but I just it's that trust that's broken because he lied to me about a lot of things. And so I know me going back, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because I'm gonna still have that in the back of my head, like this, you that once that trust broke, that's it. It's
And I
hard,
and I think like you said, once that trust is broken, then there is no turning back from that situation. And I
and it's
think,
crazy because his name was Robert too.
oh man, nah, we ain't gonna claim that, man. Shout out to all the good robbers, man. Don't nah, I ain't wearing that jacket, man. Straight up.
Oh boy, I
I'm not
tell
wearing
you,
that jacket. I would never.
no,
I will
no.
never wear that jacket. Listen to me, because listen to me. I've heard that on more than one occasion. But it's some good robbers out here. There are some bad robbers out here, but I
Like the
represent the
R.
good
Kelly
robbers.
Robert.
Oh man, golly, man. No,
Oh.
oh man, we need to clean that up. We need to
Yeah.
clean that name up real serious. Cause
You
guess
might
what,
need to go change your name.
man? Cause at this point, golly, man, the reputation for robbers ain't that too good out here, man. So
Oh goodness.
but I'm gonna say this though, to anybody that's out here, you know what I'm saying, as far as this situation, this is a teaching moment. And I'm gonna say the reason why it's a teaching moment is because I seen a lot of people that's from Houston in the comments making their little ones and twos, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's how you really feel. Oh, that's how you really carrying it. Oh, okay, because I know that this is the real you online. Don't say you was trolling. Don't say that, oh, it was just I was just playing. No, you wasn't playing. You was really being spiteful and you was being hateful in the comments. And I seen
Yeah.
that. And let me tell you something. And I want to bring this to a head, and I'm gonna bring this in so everybody can see this up here. So I want people to understand this. You got to respect the sanctity of marriage, because the reason why you have to respect the sanctity of marriage is because you can end up cursing yours. So when
Yeah,
you
most definitely.
so when you wishing damnation on somebody else, it definitely can come to your front doorstep, especially when you get married. It can happen.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I
Oh
say
yeah.
what, because when it comes to people getting married, that's a beautiful thing. Now we can sometimes see, the writing on the wall between the lines. Some people, okay, I kind of see where that's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you gotta make a believe you out of you and stay together 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I can't really speak like that, but I know when you start speaking very negative and you start trying to drop little salt here and salt there, yeah,
Mhm.
you're gonna, yeah, of course it's gonna come back to you. Yes, it's gonna come back to you
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you don't respect it. If you don't respect
And
nobody
some
else's marriage,
people,
you're not gonna respect
yeah,
yours.
and some people have a habit when they see two people come together, and you could have a past with your ex or somebody, they would try to come up and try to destroy, you know, what you have, and some people have a habit of that. It's really bad, but marriage is a beautiful thing. I feel like within 6 months of knowing somebody, you should know if you're gonna marry this person or not. What you think? But
Hold up, man.
that's a man. That's from a man, though.
Not that. Listen, hold on. Let me tell you, you got two types of people in the world. You got people that are great actors and get tired of acting, and then you just got some bad actors.
That's the truth.
Listen, I'm gonna make no mistake. I'm talking about. Listen to me. Soon as that ring inches on the finger, soon as you say "I do," they gonna say "I don't," and hell yeah, I'm about to act a damn fool. I'm dead serious.
I know exactly what you mean, because it's like soon as you put your signature on that paper, it's up.
It's
I don't
on.
know why it be like that.
Man, look here. You be like, yeah, as soon as you sign, the ink ain't even dry. Oh yeah, I'm about to
Man.
run your ass through the ringer. You be like, who is this person? You know what I'm saying? I don't know that this is a completely different person. I don't know who. Man, and that's how people get suckered in. And you really
It's
gotta watch a
crazy.
person. So yeah,
It's
man.
crazy. So what your time frame is?
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say, man, it depends on situations because I gotta see how you go through adversities on your own. I gotta see what is your triggers. What makes you a individual that can go through hardships and hard times? Because people say for better or for worse, people are there for the good. When the bag is going, you rocking out, getting the Birkins, you getting the Michael Kors. I'm just throwing out just all type of bags, and you good. But the moment that it seems like the money starts getting funny and his credit won't get it, they start exiting stage left. You get what I'm saying? And most people, what do people say right now? A guy has to make six figures. A woman has to make six figures. And that's not the essence of marriage. Yes, it's good to have money. Of course, you need money to do things, but it's not the
Right.
end all and be all, especially if you're in high income poverty. And let me explain that. A person is making 150,000, 160,000, and they're in high income poverty. That means they're just like the person that's making 40,000 because their spending habits are just as big, if not more, and they're not saving anything. And that's what people don't understand. And that's where this six-figure thing has come about. Baby, six figures ain't gonna last because guess what? In the next 5 years, there's gonna be another increase. So if you don't know the numbers, then you don't know your income, because your income is supposed to gradually grow over time, year by year by year by year. And if the lady's not in touch with that and you're not in touch in that, you're gonna financially struggle. And it's not all about the finances, but you need to know what's coming in and out of your house. Shout out to those that are actually balancing the budget and handling business, trying to get to retirement.
Yes. That's what
Because
it's about.
retirement should be the only goal. But guess what? If you look at marriage now, it's all about the trinkets. It's all about what you can do for the person, and it's all about being seen. That's not marriage. That is not marriage. Marriage is what you build. You a man coming in your household, teaching those boys, teaching them how, hey, grab your tools. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But ladies, I'm gonna tell y'all this. You shouldn't be fucking no man unless he got some tools. Straight up. He ain't got no
Hey,
ratchet shit. He ain't
that's
got
what
no.
I'm looking for. You gotta be. Look, all I talk about is this is a great team of, this is a dynasty within itself. Boys, like lawn service, I'm on that.
Come
Like all of
on.
that. But I
Those
got a good guy in my life right now. I'm gonna see how things go. We've been rocking for 2 years now, and I'm gonna see how this thing goes. Yeah,
and that's a beautiful thing. Like I say, don't
yeah,
go in there super high expectations. Just meet them right there in the middle. Hey, what's your idea on this? What's your idea on that? And start executing these things. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're both committed in the same spot, going in the same direction, then we'll be an unstoppable tandem. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to those
most
that's actually
definitely,
built.
most definitely. And I feel like with some of these relationships, you have a lot of women I done spoke with, guys. They come in and they take that leadership role to the extreme, like on a whole different level. When it really supposed to be, a man also supposed to submit to the woman as well. You
And
know,
it's and to those people, let me clarify the word submit is not a bad thing. What people's interpretation of submit, they equivalize that to slavery. That's not slavery. That's not. Submitting meaning is to come together. You have to listen. You have to be open-minded. You have to be positive. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that comes and relates to you ain't coming to you on the negative side. And the same thing for a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like I
mhm,
posted in the chat, it's not an ego, it's how we go. And if we can actually
right.
put our egos aside, we can, hey, think about this. And this is for everybody to understand this. If a man is submissive, hey, you're getting what you want, you're getting your needs met and everything, and that woman is doing the same thing, that's an unbreakable bond. Because at the end of the day, if y'all both have common sense to grow, you both have common sense to come together, you both have common sense to want to go in the same direction of growth and development economically, y'all are gonna thrive. Y'all are gonna win. Y'all are gonna take this thing in this next generation to the next level. That should be the only key points that you should be wanting to establish. Because anything else,
Yep.
you bullshitting, you wasting time. Because when you get in that courtroom, who's gonna win the most out of it? The goddamn court system
You got that right.
and the lawyers. That's who wins in
Yep.
the end. They're not dividing up the love and the sacrifices you made. They're dividing up assets. They're dividing up all this type of stuff. So if you
Craziness.
cherish the person that you with and you care, don't let this type of situation like Remy Ma and Papoose. And I'm gonna tell you this: you got a lot of chameleons. You got people that'll feed off this type of stuff and go right to doing that
Man.
same act. Trust me, I've
Yes.
seen it.
It's
I've
like a
seen it.
domino effect. Like a domino effect. Yeah.
Well, I want to say this. I can't wait to get to this interview. We finna get ready to rock with. Man, I just wanted to say thank you for joining. And I just want to just let you know that I appreciate you. I appreciate Adobe and the music and the foundation of what he put on for Alabama. All the artists
Yes.
that I can remember, Rich Boy, the list goes on, Dirtbag. Man, like I'm a music connoisseur, so I'm always listening. Blood Raw.
Yeah.
Man, everybody that comes out the city, man, there's a lot of talent out of Alabama, and I got to give them some love, respect. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
And y'all listen to me. Y'all stay tuned, man. This interview is gonna be epic, man. This is the true essence and the story of B, man, and none other from his sister himself, man. Also, let them people know how to get at you on Instagram and how to get on Facebook again.
My name is Gemini Love on Facebook, and you have to Google Montgomery, Alabama when you put Gemini Love to find me. And my Instagram is at 6_boys. Y'all tap in and see the events I have. I have them every year. I have one in December. That's the year. I mean, that's the month that he got killed. And I was sitting at my mom's table when it happened. A couple of days after it happened, and I had a little moment. I was like, F it. I'm just gonna take over the whole month of December. I'm gonna call it December. We gonna do a tour worldwide, December. So I call it December in memories of my brother to keep his legacy alive. And I try to do something every year in June around his birthday. Try to do something for the kids and all. Try to pull everybody together. Hopefully it can blossom and grow.
It's definitely gonna blossom and grow because you know I'm behind it all the way from Houston on the tap in, and we're gonna get this thing to go where it's supposed to go and where it's supposed to grow.
I love teamwork. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Absolutely, man. Listen, it's been a pleasure. I'm finna get ready to just drop this little Rob's 2 cents, man, and I'm finna get ready to close it out.
I know. Hey, he couldn't log back in. I wanted to hear what he had to say.
I know. Shout out to Ted though, man. He out there in the valley somewhere.
I know he out there where the good buds at.
Absolutely. Shout out to the West Coast.
Here go my son, Joe B, right here.
Yo. What's up with it, man? Salute. Then he got his looks too. Ooh, man. What's going down? Not much,
going all the way up, man. We going all the way up, man.
Absolutely.
For real. We gotta get this ball.
Tell the people how to get in touch with you.
Oh yeah, on Facebook, Joe B, they know me. YouTube, Joe B, everything Joe B. CEO Joe B on Instagram. At Instagram, you feel me? CEO Joe B 28. You feel me on Instagram?
Absolutely.
Everything Joe B for real. Joe B. You feel me? Real trap shit.
I'm finna get ready. I'm finna get ready to follow you, and I'm finna get ready to send. Look. I got a connection with Ugly Money and Shay. I'm gonna actually try to get y'all connected together. I'm gonna try my best to get y'all connected together because I had got off a live with him earlier. So yeah, we gonna definitely tap in and also send your music to my email. Tell your mom to send your music to my email that I can play it on one of my live streams. Definitely. I told you, everybody.
I'm finna go record now. I'm finna go record. I just had seen her out here. I had just turned around.
Absolutely, man. Tap in with me.
Yeah, because the house was having a bad service.
Yeah.
But we're going to send you everything over, Robert. It was a pleasure to be on the podcast, and let's grow. Let's build and grow.
Absolutely. You got my word, and you definitely got my work ethic. Tap in with me.
All right,
Later.
Peace.
That was Dobie's sister on the tap in. I told y'all, man, we got a lot of stuff lined up for this month, and we also got a lot of stuff lined up for next month. Listen, if you see that at the bottom of the screen, if you want to vote, listen, tell me who y'all got from the perspective. Remy Ma Papoose. As you can see at the bottom of the chat, if y'all want to tap in, by all means, you don't have to show your face. Go down on the YouTube page. It's in there. It's in the chat. I'm going to post it again just so people can see it. I don't mind. Listen, if you want to come up, give your perspective, and then let me know. Hey, man, I'm riding with Remy Ma. I felt like, she dealt with a lot. Hey, this is your chance to speak on it. But while that is going on, I want to talk about this too. And I want to put this up. Why are people looking to social media for empathy? It seems like people are more online looking for the delusion of help instead of the reality of dealing with their problems. And I want to state this right now. What I see right now when it comes to relationships, I see this pattern, right? To where everybody is in love online. They take the pictures together. They taking trips together. They're going on different dates together, and it seems like everything is all good. But when it turns all bad, and it depends up on the longevity of the relationship, it turns sour. They always go to the internet. Just as much as they displayed their love, they actually go to the internet to display their hate. Why do you see that? I believe it's this reason. Because a lot of times they cannot face the mirror and actually look at themselves as being at fault. I think when people have a certain level of a following, they feel like these people empower them. Having thousands of followers online makes them feel comfortable to speak on certain things that they feel is right by them. However, a lot of times your ego mixed in with these followers can make you feel like you're a god when you should actually be logging off and logging into your own world, your own realm, and understanding what went wrong in the relationship. What was your faults? What were the things that you could have did better? A lot of people don't do that. A lot of times people do these three things, these three deadly things against men, and the men do it too. A lot of times you bash them and say that they were verbally abusive, physically abusive, all the way down to where either you stayed with them and knowing that you loved them more than they loved you. That's a whole bunch of BS. Let me give you an example, because when we go to online, a lot of people don't hold back. They go all the way in. And when I say all the way in, they go all the way in to the point where it's nothing left behind, or left nothing left behind the mystery to even have a conversation with that person. Because when you go to the internet, disrespect, and I'm talking about go all the way with disrespect. And I mean, and ladies, I'm gonna say this, and I know I got ladies that tune into my show too. These three things: your dick small, you're broke, or you're gay. Those are the three things that consistently get talked about, especially when it comes to relationships where you so-called love them. A lot of times when these situations end, you can end them just like you began them, with the respect. But people tend to feel as opposed to what they know, because a lot of times these stories get exaggerated. A lot of times they put in a little bit of truth, but a little bit of exaggeration and lie. And then what do? They actually go into getting people to buy into their rhetoric, buy into their nonsense, buy into their bullshit. And that's not cool. At the end of the day, if you stuck with that person 7 to 8 years, then that was 7 to 8 years that you stood the lies. You stood with all of that, what you talked about that person. That doesn't make you look good. That makes you look bad. Listen to me. The reason why I can say this is because I was once online, but it was more of a defense mechanism than it was for me to play on the offense. And I was wrong for that. But how many people can actually get online and live their truth? Nobody really wants to do that, because nobody wants to be stuck holding the bag of being the bad guy. And look at the Remy Ma Papoose situation. This could have been handled behind closed doors. Yes, something was said respectfully, not disrespectfully. But for somebody to jump out the window like Remy Ma, man, that was a disservice and a disrespect not only to herself, but it was a disrespect to the relationship that she's supposed to have regarded, which was a marriage. You chose to marry him. You stayed in that for that long. So for you to say all those nasty and negative things, nah, bro, that's not cool. That makes you look like a fool. So hold yourself to the fire. Just as much as you wanted to say that about him, what the fuck did you do in that marriage to make it fail? And I want to say this too, and I want to add this. And I want to add this to the situation at the bottom. And I want to say this again, and I have to emphasize on this. Respect the sanctity of marriage before you curse yours. If you ever want to get married out here, understand that these situations are to be observed and to be looked at and to be learned from. You're supposed to be learning. You're supposed to be saying, you know what? I never wanted to get bad with the person that I love. I never ever want to get that type of get back. I never want to have receipts so that I can feel like I got more dirt on you than you do me. I don't want to live in that type of realm. I want to be to where we actually are really friends and honor and respect. That's the word that's missing. Everybody want to talk this loyalty shit, listen to all this type of music, and then get off a line, listening to real music and go do some fuck shit. That's where we are in our society. Everybody want to log on, talk like they real, and then go into reality of life and do some fuck shit and then get back online and pretend that they real. I hate them type of people. I hate them type of people. I don't fuck with them type of people. And you shouldn't either. Because if somebody can sit here and disrespect that and make fun of that, hell yeah. Look at them people in them comments. Them people that make fun of that relationship and marriage, they'll make fun of you. So I sat back and I was in that live and I got to see the people that was commenting on a whole bunch of shit in that goddamn in that 30-minute thing with Papoose. But the same people that I seen in there, I'm like, y'all can't speak on nothing. Since you trying to troll Papoose, a lot of your boyfriends have got caught messing with a body boy. Yes, a lot of y'all that was sitting in them comments, y'all probably had boyfriends. Yes, and I ain't gonna say probably, you did have boyfriends messing around with trannies. Yes, the same people that was in that list making fun, they boyfriends and they relationship and they husbands got caught messing with the lady's son. Got caught messing with the trannies. Yeah. So before you open your fucking mouth and say anything, hey man, be quiet. Sit in silence. Sometimes silence is the best teacher. You can't learn when you opening your mouth. Yeah. Your baby daddy playing swords with a tranny. Yes. Yes, him. And I can speak on it because we got to see this. This was the talk of the town in Houston. Stop trying to be a big dog. Oh, I wouldn't have take that. And you getting slapped around in your relationship left and right. Oh, I wouldn't take that. When he cheating on you and got a baby on the way right now that he gonna leave at your house for you to babysit. Oh, I wouldn't take that. He on his fourth baby in a relationship with you. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Don't sit there and act like you got it all made in the shade. Oh, I wouldn't take that. Hey, Remy did what she was supposed to do. And you out here living from pillar to post when you can't even get a hotel, or you can't even get a hotel in your name, much less as an apartment. Who you think you fooling? You out here tripping with yourself, all up under the comments like you a tough person, knowing that you're getting cheated on and beat on every day. That's not cool. Yeah, and I can say what I'm saying because I've been around long enough to see how when people say, "Wow, that couldn't be me." Yes, it would be you, and it's you today, it's you tomorrow, and it'll be you next week. Right now, he getting ready to have a baby in the hospital, and you online talking about what you ain't gonna do and what you not gonna accept. Shut the fuck up. And to the fellas too, don't be sitting up in them comments talking about, oh, he this and that. Remy Ma's not gonna give you no pussy. I'm just being 100%. Remy Ma's not giving you no pussy. You ain't getting no pussy offline, and you damn sure ain't getting no pussy online. Shut the fuck up. Talking about what you would and what you wouldn't do. Knowing that you over there playing with that lady's son. Knowing over there you playing swords. Knowing that you going to the hotel and they got to get rid of them towels, them white towels. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Respect the sanctity of your marriage. Stop telling everybody what you would and what you won't do. And you've been more accepting of that type of shit and then more for the last 10, 15, 20 years of your marriage and your life. I'm saying it because everybody else ain't. Because everybody wanted to use this moment for good content and to feast off of it and talk about this and this and that. Marriage ain't funny. Marriage is work. And best believe when the day that I do say I do, I'm going to respectfully put in that work. Not going to be online. Not about my marriage. Not about the relationship that I have with the person that I love and I respect and I care about. Yeah. It's going to be serious. And I want to leave you with something. And Dr. Nilly Fuller talked about this. And I really want to drop this knowledge because I don't think you understand the significance and how serious this thing is supposed to go. I'm finna drop this. Let him cook for a second.
You know, we stand there and we get married. We go through that ritual. I mean, which is a joke, really. It really is. You know, death do us part, love ever after, happiness ever after. You definitely can't guarantee that. You can't guarantee that you're going to be happy the rest of the day. Right? You can't guarantee yourself that. Not to say nothing about nobody else. Okay? So that's just a ritual, words that we have been given. Okay? Now, I thought about that when I thought about that cement truck, because I've often given that illustration. You walk out of the church, you just took your vows, so you know where I'm going. You said, through sickness and in health, till death us do part. That's what you just said. Great big expensive $4 million ring. All right. Everybody's crying, you know. Ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, whatnot, whatever. Mm-hmm. The rest of the people are happy. And they're crying because they're happy. You planned for this wedding many a year ago. The highlight of your life is supposed to be, because that's where everything is geared, which is another mistake. Wedding day. See, there's a lot of people want to get married. Problem is what? They don't want to be married. See, and they're not honest with themselves about that. What they really want to do is get in that limousine, the rice is being thrown, everybody's cheering, the cameras are rolling, you know, people run alongside the window taking those last snapshots. And this is particularly true in the case of females, see, because it's a fairyland thing. What you really want to do, if you tell the truth, is go right around the block and come around and do it all over again. And do this forever. In other words, keep getting married. Because, see, when you actually leave there, you can feel the world getting smaller already. You're sitting in the back of the limousine. Now the crowd done died down. Everybody's gone about their way, see. Now you wake up the next day and you look at that person. We are alone. No crowd, no cheering section. Oh my God, what are we going to do? In about 30 days, that first argument, okay? That first crack in the dike. That's why they ought to stop even teaching that in school, because that's where it starts. It starts with the little Goldilocks stories, all the little stories about love and marriage start in grade school. That's where I first heard it. Mm-hmm. And it always ends with what? What's that phrase? They live happily ever after. No, they're supposed to look at each other in the back of that limousine and say, now comes the disaster. All right. Now comes the serious part. Now comes the heavy lifting. And ain't neither one of us ready for it. If you're honest, okay, then you might have a little chance. But it never gets the way that you want it to be. But let's get back to that cement truck, see. You drive away, and a cement truck hits that wedding party and hits that limousine. Now, her legs are gone, both of them, till death us do part. That's what the doctor tells you when he comes out in the hall. He says, well, she lived, but I got some bad news. She's paralyzed, and she's lost both legs. She'll be in a wheelchair the rest of her life. You just married. 40 minutes ago, you were getting married. Now, you got to tell yourself the truth. What did those vows mean? Now, she had the prettiest legs in town, everybody said. All right? That's one of the things that caught your eye. Okay? No legs. Paralyzed. Just got use of one arm. This is Cecilia, the lady you've been talking about marrying. 5 other guys wanted to marry her. You won out. No legs. Use of one arm. death us do part. What am I talking about? One word, truth. Okay? We got to be people who are crazy about truth, even when it hurts. Why? So that we don't trip ourselves up. Know what you're doing and why you're doing it. At all times.
Know what you're doing. And that's why when I hear things like what Remy Ma and Papoose are going through, it didn't start like that. It shouldn't end like that. So when I sit here and I say, hey, I take the sanctity of marriage, that's something that's precious and that's before God. You standing before God. So when you make a mockery of something that God has put on a pedestal for us to understand, for us to create within ourselves between two people, and for us to carry that over to a next legacy, we supposed to be taking that serious. We're supposed to be putting our energy as much as possibly we can, because we're only promised a limited time here on earth. So when you sit there and you say those vows and you say all of those things that you were supposed to say, you're supposed to honor them in your actions. So don't ever, ever let nobody, ever, for the world to see, downplay, disrespect, or cast any type of negative thing on your marriage. Keep it in-house. I guarantee that the outcome of you keeping it in-house will be better, because everybody will take your information and shit on it in the outhouse. Mark my words. In this type of situation, this is a teaching moment. This is a learning lesson. This is not something that you display before the world of somebody that you stood before God, but you'll disrespect and then belittle before man. Because what you did was you told God that this was the person for me. You told him that there is no person on this earth that matches the energy. This is the person for me. Whether it's male to woman, woman to man, you said that before God. So for you to do a disservice and to disgrace it and to be disrespectful to it and to actually put somebody out here to make it like they're trash when you stood before God, that makes you a goddamn fool. Because I'll tell you, you want to laugh and you want to know something is funny, and I'm going to end it like this. What's not funny is when you're in that courtroom. What's not funny is when you're in that courtroom and everybody then and gave their 2 cents on what you should do and how you should handle your business. Nah, what's not funny is when you stand before that judge and you're not able to see your kids. What's not funny is when you actually were living a comfortable lifestyle and now you've gone into poverty because now you have to pay. This person has to make the different sacrifices. There's a great divide. Everybody thinks that divorce is a celebration. What are you celebrating? Fucking failure? No. That's delusion. What you should be doing is you should be thanking God for the time and the opportunity that you got to learn from the experience if you decide to part your ways, instead of going online and trying to downplay how much of a great person they was that you said before God. So before you open your mouth and you say anything negative about the person that you sleep next to, just make sure that it's true. And then if it is true, part ways respectfully and quietly. Don't go online. Don't go out into the world trying to destroy that person, because at the end of the day, you will reap what you sow. So take this as a learning lesson and an experience. Don't disrespect marriage. Bow out gracefully. And if you got something to say as friends or foes, and I'm talking to the partners that like to choose sides, make sure that when you get married, you don't go through the same thing. That was my 2 cents. I just wanted to drop a little bit of something on this If y'all want to down below, hey man, drop it in the comment section by all means. I'm willing to take on anybody that wants to have a live on this after this program. If you want to talk, the floor is yours. We have an open forum. If you want to say it here, by all means, it's in the chat. You want to speak on it, by all means, the floor is yours. But I also want to say this too. I want y'all to understand the next episode that I'm getting ready to do is with Doe B's sister, about his come up, about him doing things with Grand Hustle, him working with T.I., and he also has music in the future that's coming out. He also has a lot of things in the works. And then, like I say, at the end of the program, you'll see a lot of the things that is going on in Alabama. And I also want to send another special shout out to Tamara. You know what I'm saying? A great guest. And like I said, we're going to be probably dropping that episode within the week. So y'all stay tuned. But before we go, I want to say this, man, shout out to my boy. He definitely doing his thing across the board. Asteroid. He's got a song called Eternity. Man, listen, if you ever get a chance, go on over there to YouTube. Check out Asteroid. Type in Asteroid the rapper. Stroyd the rapper. He's on Spotify. He's on Apple. Man, he's on all the streaming platforms. Y'all go check him out. He's got a song called Eternity. I'm finna get ready to let that take us out. Asteroid, salute to you. Shout out to everybody from Alabama, Houston, everybody. Shout out to Fifth Ward, Greens Point. Shout out to Trinity Garden, my home. You know what I'm saying? Always love there. Shout out to everybody that don't get mentioned. Friendswood, Pleasantville, man, Sugarland, everybody in Pearland, man, everybody that's across the board. Mo City, I see you. You know what I'm saying? I got my partners out there. Shout out to my boys out there in Dallas as well. You already know, from Oak Cliff, Redbird, all the way across the board. Everybody that's on the Harry Hines, tap in with me, man. You already know who it is. It's Rob the Prob. To take us out tonight, man, stay positive, stay energized. Most of all, stay within tune and stay within sync of yourself. Don't never let yourself fall short. So I'd like to thank you all for joining tonight's broadcast. And if I came up in your feed and you stopped to take a peek in, then come on in, join the conversation, and comment down below. We have come to an end. So tell a friend and let the conversation begin. So until the next time, we got a lot to yap about. Good night. Asteroid, take us home. You already know who it is. Rob the Prob. We out.
It took some time for me to rise to these second times. Like these, I choose eternity from the hearts that bleed to wombs. I read from the minds that seek what eyes can't see. Just say I know. I sing a melody, I know. On days are obsolete, I know. What she will want from me, I know. What he will wanna be, what's it like to be conscious? If I OD, then who starts talking? For my so-called widows in Austin, I leave some keys when we start talking. Hey mama, my words potent. And for the ocean, I'm on the coasting. Fuck the floating, I'll be coasting. And for my motto, I'm still chosen. Like spend my days back home and then like cause I've been caught up, so caught up. And days I wait for certain and will leave me hollow. But I'm glad I'm in. A lot of things tintin', a lot of things transmit, a lot of things transcend. A lot of things for you, if you know. A lot of things for you, oh, if you know. Hey, beyond, we go beyond. Now sing a melody beyond. On days of obsolete beyond. what he would wanna be.